wrong thing is the way that they produce milk and the way that they were killed.
But we choose it also because we like it a lot. I egoistically think that my pleasure is more important than maybe
Than
an
animal's life.
Yes.
So is there a right way to do the wrong thing? Should we legalize animal abuse?
No,
No. Why not?
because I have a dog, an hamster, and some animals, and I'm really sensitive about that.
Okay. How about you? What do you think?
I think that how we treat animal is like a reflect of how we treat people. So I think that if you're a great person with this absolutely adorable creature, I think you will be a good person.
Okay, I love that. What do you think?
I don't love much animals, but I think that it's not. It shouldn't be legal because
Shouldn't be legal.
animal like human.
Okay. What do you think?
I think that even if they are animals, it's alive, so I don't think it's a good thing to abuse them.
Okay. So obviously you would agree that it's wrong to abuse these two animals, right?
Yes.
What about cows?
What is
Le mucche.
Ah.
I know that what we eat is like I know that for to eat like cheese and these things, you have to abuse an animal. So I understand that it's like a paradoxical reality to eat some things, but to be also gentle with animal, because if you have to protect an animal, you have to protect all of that, not just a dog or a cat.
Yeah. Okay. How about you?
I think that it's eat other animals. It's a thing that the human do since ever. The wrong thing is the type of the way that animals are killed, like cows. So I think that it's important to modernize and change the way that the cows are killed before it.
But what about the Yulin festival in China, where they eat dogs?
Actually, no, it's wrong.
Well, they've been doing it for generations, as you say. It's the same reason with cows.
Yes.
Why is that wrong, but cows okay?
It's not okay. We are strange humans. And I think that we obviously use cows to eat, but we should change the way of abusing them, because we obviously use their milk, their meat, but we have to do this in a more quiet and gentle way, because they are very.
What do you know about the dairy industry? The industry that produces milk.
I know, for example, of come si dice, maiali, pigs. They are very in a very small like cage, and for example, when they are transferred in other places, they are in like a very hot camion, and they suffer a lot the weather.
How do you think pigs get killed?
With
I don't know.
con tipo un martellone gigante, mi sa.
Like come si chiama il martello?
Gassed to death. They use gas chambers.
Che cosa? Gas. Ah, è vero, l'avevo vista sta cosa.
Yeah, like they do to Jewish people. In fact, the concentration camps from World War II are inspired by from what we do to animals. That's
Ah, hai capito?
If they were killed without suffering, I think.
I mean, they definitely do suffer because it's CO2.
Yes, obviously.
And you can see them. They burns their throat. They produce acid at the mouth. They scream in pain. And if I would ask you what's the worst way to die, I think asphyxiating to death is probably the worst way to die, if you ask me personally. And CO2, death is kind of like that. But
in fact, in Italy, when we have to explain an horrible death, we use you were killed like an animal. So
yeah,
we use
exactly.
a lot the
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
that stems to think on how little we think about animals, right?
Yes.
But like about the dairy industry, about milk, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you two because you two haven't been really involved in this conversation. What do you know about the dairy industry, about milk, about why cows produce milk?
Perché le mucche fanno il latte, capì? Che ne pensi delle industrie che sfruttano il latte?
I think that it's normal. Cioè, in history,
But why? What's the reason that cows produce milk?
I don't know.
Well, do you know?
It's because they like come si dice? Put like sperm in the cows, but not in a natural way.
Yeah.
They do only to produce milk.
Yeah, so to have babies, right?
Yes.
Because if they have babies, they're just like us. They produce milk. So you're right. Farmers forcefully impregnate cows. The procedure is somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects bull semen. Somebody else jerks off a bull for that to happen. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up on YouTube under tutorials on how to do it. There's tutorials on YouTube on how to do this, believe it or not, which is kind of insane that you think about it. And after 9 months, when the baby is born, what do you think happens to the baby?
They are used to get meat. They
Yeah.
feed them a lot to.
So the first thing they do is separate them from the mother because they would drink their milk. So if they drink their milk, the farmer wouldn't get enough milk. So the first thing is separation. Then if the baby is a male, yes, they get killed because they don't produce milk. If the baby is a female, year over year forceful impregnation until like 6 to 8 years. When financially speaking, they can't be kept alive because they don't produce enough. So then the farmer kills them or sends them to a slaughterhouse. And they can live up to 20 years, so they don't live even half their life. How do you feel about that?
The wrong thing is the way that they produce milk and the way that they were killed. But if they change the way without suffering the animals, it's a natural thing that humans do.
Would you be okay if somebody did that to you? In the right way, how you say? Like they artificially inseminate you, then they take your babies, and then they use your milk, and when you can't produce enough, they kill you.
No,
The right way. They kill you the right way.
it's different. Because the human eat meat since, come si dice? Da sempre. Since ever, since the
But we don't have to. We can survive and thrive. We can be healthy without consuming animal products. So when we choose to do this, when we choose to buy an animal product, we choose to put animals in this position. We choose to take their life. We choose to exploit them. So if you wouldn't want it to happen to you, why would you think it's okay to do it to a dog? Why would you want it to happen to a different being, to a cow, to a dog even? Would you do this to a dog?
no.
No. Why not?
Vabbè. Esatto.
I think that we just live in an anthropocentric world.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to understand because humans are unable to live alone. So maybe she talks about dogs because she has a dog and he is her best friend. And I think that maybe domestic animals could be more protected by humans, and maybe cows or pigs are watched as just a way to survive, to eat, to live. And I know that it's wrong. In fact, I understand what you're saying, and I think that if you just have to exploit milk meat, you have to do this in a more gentle way. So you have
But you said
to,
you know it's wrong.
yes.
So is
yes,
there
yes.
a right way to do the wrong thing?
No, but
Is
maybe
there a right way to exploit them?
if cows live in mountain, in green spaces, and you take care, you treat well them, I think that just maybe taking their milk.
But I didn't even talk about any of that, right? What I described was them being forcibly impregnated, having their babies
No,
taken from
that-
them, and
no,
do all that, right?
no.
Maybe
There
they're
are-
treated. Maybe they get massages throughout the day. Does it make it right that we steal their babies and their milk?
No, this no. In fact, there are two ways of this concept. So it's wrong to inseminate them. It's wrong to kill them.
But it's not wrong to exploit them.
It depends on the
Depends.
ways.
Okay. So what you're saying is exploitation is okay if they're animals.
It depends.
It
In fact,
depends.
I have an uncle that
For something that is optional to you, don't forget about that. It is optional.
yes.
So exploiting a sentient individual, somebody who feels, who has emotions, who wants to live, who doesn't want to die, is okay to be exploited because you get some 10 minutes pleasure, taste pleasure from it.
No, but I think that I'm like a fan of Darwin theory. So I think that if you have to survive and to do it in
This isn't about survival.
best way, I think that it's not well to exploit cows or pigs, but you have also to think about you. And I think that our culture, especially maybe Italian culture, is based on food culture. So we use a lot milk. We use a lot meat.
Does that justify what we do to them?
No, but I think that maybe these things give works to a lot of people. So very lots of people in Italy lives with meat, milk, and we have a culture based on these things. And I don't think that very much could be changed.
But like it's easy. Like we can look at societies, we can look at other people and say they need to do this, we need to do this, whatever. It's easy to say that, but every change starts with an individual, and
Yes.
you, all four of you are here right in front of me, and all four of you can change, right? So why don't you want to change, knowing, because a lot of people don't know about this, but when a lot of people, when they find out, they don't want to participate in it, right? Because I don't know, it's hypocritical to love one animal but not the other, or it's hypocritical to say I love animals but then still exploit and slaughter them. So what will get you to change? What will get you personally, not everybody in the world, but you, to say I don't want to participate in this violence towards animals?
Yes.
But it's impossible to change the ideals of old words. So, for example, my grandmother had a farm and she killed animals, pig, and
But what about you? Not your grandma, not the world, you.
I born eat meat for it.
Me too, me too.
Okay.
But is that a justification that you were born that way?
It's our culture.
But you know, and around the world, there's cultures where they do female genital mutilation to women. You know, does
Okay.
culture justify doing whatever we want just
No,
because
but
it's culture?
it's another culture different to me. Maybe people in for other culture use a hijab or I don't know. I know it's wrong, but it's.
So if it's wrong, why
an-
does it matter if it's culture? Should we keep culture? Should we keep doing cultural things even if they're wrong? Should we keep continuing slavery if slavery is a part of your culture?
No,
No, but somehow it's okay to enslave animals.
obviously no. So I say that it's important to change the ways. but it's a culture to eat meat. We always eat meat.
You keep bringing it up, but then you say it's not a good enough reason, culture. So why bring it up?
Non ho capito.
Non stai dando abbastanza giustificazioni per la cultura, capito?
Vabbè.
I think that it's important to reduce this horrible.
So to
thing.
only kill a couple of animals.
No, I'm not saying that.
But that's what you're saying. Reducing means you're still killing
I
some
say
animals,
that
still
if
exploiting
you
some
have to
animals.
start changing, you have to do it slow.
Would you apply that logic if it were dogs or cats?
Now,
Would you change slowly?
I am also conscious that maybe in another country they kill dogs.
But if in your country there's no more cows, all of a sudden they have to do the same. What they do to cows, they do to dogs or cats. Would you find it? Would you continue participating in this, or would you stop instantly?
Stop.
So then, what is it that cows don't deserve? The respect to stop?
Yes,
No.
but we have to do this experiment about a lot of things. So I think that human are is more important than animal. I start with this.
I also think so. I think like systems of value, because you talk about value.
Yes.
I value my friends more than I value. So I value my family first, and my friends. If I had a pet, they would be somewhere in there.
Yes.
But I don't value. I don't know. 90% of the people in the square, 99%.
So-
That doesn't mean I'm gonna kill them.
No.
Slaughter them.
I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about. For example, there are people that have to eat meat.
Are you one of those people?
I am people that have some values of the blood very low, and my doctor said to me that I have to eat meat because I studied this. I doing medicine, so
But you don't have nutritional training in medicine in medical school. I know that. So I personally I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you for a fact that you can survive and thrive without animal products. And you can, even if you have a deficiency of an iron, which I support, that's what it is. You can supplement it. You don't have to kill an animal for that. Like, if there were no animals, would you kill humans, or would you find a way?
I don't know.
Because you see, the problem isn't what the problem is that we see animals as resources. The problem is that we see them as some beings that we can just do whatever we want, and we justify it by saying, I need the vitamins, I need the this, I need the that. We don't need any of it nowadays. At least we don't. Maybe in the past, maybe, I don't know, but nowadays, no. Nowadays you can walk into any store and get nutritionally fortified food, so you get all the vitamins that you need from the food. You can get vitamins themselves if you want. You can get whatever you need, your body needs, without doing this to animals.
It's true what you're saying.
So how can we justify then doing this to animals? How do you justify continuing the participation in exploitation and slaughter of these?
I know it's a wrong thing, but humans are egoistic, and in my
No, not humans. There's humans who are not. If you're gonna say that, you have to say it about yourself, not about other humans.
me. Okay, I'm egoistic about this.
Oh, mi piace la carne, digli.
What I can do for change that things. For example, I know it's a wrong thing, but I don't eat meat anymore. But that type of industry in that factories are continuing to exist. And in my little world, in my egoistic way, I say it's not important if if I eat meat because I like it. Cioè, non ti so che, nel senso.
Yeah, but like, would you agree that people get killed every day?
No.
People get killed every day around the world, right? Yeah, there's murderers walking free right now everywhere. Does that mean I can be a murderer and justify it by saying there's murderers anyway?
I know.
Right? Just because everybody does it doesn't mean you have to do it too. And just because everybody's violent towards animals doesn't mean you have to be violent towards animals also. And you might think that there's no impact, but one person going vegan can save up to 100 animals per year. And even if it were just one, it's their whole life. For you, it's 10 minutes. Do you even remember what you had 2 weeks ago for as food?
Maybe meat.
Maybe, yeah. You see, you don't even remember what it was. So for you, it's a passing moment. For them, it's their whole life. They lose their whole life. But what is a passing moment for you? You can easily choose something else.
I'm very sensitive about animals, very sensitive, and I know it's a paradoxical, but I live and I born in this way with that with this culture. Especially in Italy, we eat a lot of meat.
I come from Romania. I know about eating a lot of meat. I understand that. I'm just saying you don't have to.
I know.
Nobody's forcing you. You still choose. It's not the culture. No culture is forcing you to do this.
I know.
You choose to participate in this.
But we choose it also because we like it a lot.
Yeah, but
I
do you
think.
think that the pleasure that we get, is a good enough justifier to take the life of innocent, sentient individuals?
No, but if we're thinking about the importance of things, I egoistically think that my pleasure is more important than maybe
Than
an
an
animal.
animal's life? You think your 10 minutes of pleasure is more important than a whole life for an animal?
I don't know. We are all born for.
That's pretty. Not a lot of people say that to me. You should know. Not a lot of people say that. Most people recognize that. No, it's not more important. A lot of people have trouble changing. Don't get me wrong. I hear that a lot. But people telling me that their life is no, sorry, their 10 minutes of pleasure is worth more than an animal's whole existence. That's not a lot. I don't hear that a lot. I hear that very, 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 very rarely, and it's not nice to say. Yeah, it's not something
I
that.
know, but we come from different cultures, so
No, no, no. Don't chuck
I
this on
think that
culture.
it should
Would you
be.
justify? Do you justify? Do you think it's okay to take the life of an animal for 10 minutes of pleasure?
Yeah. You don't think about it when you eat.
Yes.
I think that it's.
You don't think about it,
So,
but
for
that's a different
example,
thing, right?
When I
I'm not
see.
asking you if you don't think about it. You justified it by saying the one life of an animal is worth more.
No, I think that is not important. Is not, my pleasure is not most important.
And you come from
But
the same culture, so you can't justify
yes,
the culture.
but when, for example, I see videos about how animals were
Yeah.
killed, I'm always crying, etc. But when my mom put near to me a piece of meat, I don't think in that moment I eat. I just eat it. That
What if they put a dog meat in front of you?
You don't know what
No,
animal.
but if they tell you it's dog meat.
no, I don't eat that.
Yeah, so you have a choice. Then when it's a meat, it's just a different animal, just like a dog. In fact, there's footage online of cows that you throw them the ball, they bring them back. They run around. You see cows on farms, they're sad. That's the reality. The reason why cows are we think of cows as animals that don't do a lot is because on farms they're extremely sad. If you go to a sanctuary and look at cows where they're rescued basically from people who consume animal products, when you see what cows do there, they run around, they jump, they act exactly like a dog. Exactly. Pigs, they wag their tails. Pigs have zoomies. You know what zoomies are? Yeah, when they run around. Like, but
No, I know.
they're gentle creatures who are very much like all the pets we have.
I know that we can stop eat meat, and maybe I want to do that, but it's not that easy.
I understand it's not easy, but like
But not
acknowledging.
for our pleasure, but because we used to do that every day.
I understand it's a habit, right? That's usually
Yes.
most of the problems. But I can give you resources. But the idea is that you have to want it, right? Because if you want to change, you'll find a way to change, right? It's not about like we can justify saying all night long it's difficult, but sometimes the right thing to do is the difficult thing to do. It doesn't mean we shouldn't do it, right? So the question is, do you want to do it? I'll provide you with resources. You can look it up. I mean, nowadays we live in. You can ask ChatGPT even. You can ask ChatGPT. You can Google. You can do whatever. You find ways to do it.
I know.
But you just have to want it. You just have to want to not participate in this violence towards animals.
We
So-
have to.
Yeah, I know you have to go. So I'll ask you, how many more animals have to be exploited and slaughtered for you before you change?
I hope someone.
You hope no one, but
Yes.
that means going vegan from now on. That means not buying any animal products. because when you do, one animal will be put. Maybe not the one that when you buy meat, that animal's meat, or when you buy dairy, that animal's milk, but the next animal, because they replace that product and the next animal will go into that situation.
We try.
Let me give you some resources, okay? This is a map of vegan restaurants in Amsterdam. I strongly urge you to try them. They're better than the usual restaurants anyway. They're not tourist traps or anything. And Challenge 22, if you subscribe to it, it's free. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you become vegan. They help you not participate in the worst things we do to animals. For 22 days, they send you every day for 3 days. They hook you up with nutrition. They do everything. You just gotta want it. It's all free. But what I want from you, just promise me this. You go to veganfuture.org, and there's a video there called "The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear."
I'm going to challenge your belief systems today, so certain parts of the speech will be intense.
Watch that. It's important that we know about eggs, about dairy, about all the food, because you may not want to be part of it. And I honestly, like, it is very violent. And my personal opinion was, I wish I wish I had done it sooner, because everybody, all of us are vegans, and we all wish we had done it sooner, because it's just fucking horrific. And if you love animals, you can't love animals and do this to them. You just can't. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Bye.
Bye.